Hey, did you guys know that I have actually signed a contract with the devil himself to gain special abilities? Right, welcome back to Magic Isn't Real. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are getting more, and that's fantastic. And some of you are new, some of you have been here since the beginning, and I truly appreciate it. And today, I wanted to just kind of tell you a story to make this a little bit more personal, to show you that this isn't just a project for me. This is becoming like truly something that I am. Every time I click record on the camera, I get excited, and I get excited about the fact that I feel like I can just tell you stuff now. I can do more things than just like complaining about the terrible demonstration of supernatural abilities that we analyze on this channel like every day, or that I can do something more. Maybe I can do some mistake. Maybe I can go. Maybe I can go off script and have some fun and just tell you stuff. So today I decided that I want to have some fun. I really look, I'm going to take the microphone off the stand and I'm going to go completely off the script. I just wanted to tell you a little bit of a story. I want to tell you a little bit of a personal story. So I obviously grew up in Italy, then I kind of traveled the world, and then I ended up here in Cape Town, South Africa, where I'm truly having the time of my life, and I love this place. Not this country specifically, but Cape Town, beautiful. I recommend it, like, absolutely. But anyway, I want to tell you something. So when I was young, my grandma, she used to say this thing, which is an Italian saying. An Italian saying goes like this. The Italian saying says, "Ne sa una più del diavolo." Now, if you look at kind of like a generic translation of this, so that you can understand what this saying means, you would get something like, he always has like an ace up his sleeve, which is amazing because my grandma didn't know that I was going to become a magician. Actually, unfortunately, she never saw me perform magic whatsoever. I got into magic way late in my life, and unfortunately, she passed away, so she never actually seen me perform magic. But the fact that she used to say this about me when I was a kid is truly mind-blowing. Now, what she actually meant when she was saying that is that I used to be a very naughty kid. I used to get in trouble. I used to do the most terrible things, and somehow I would manage to get out of it in a way or not. I would manage, to do something crazy and not get hurt, or to do something that I'm not supposed to do and then not get caught, although eventually I would get caught. That's why she knows. And then she would basically saying that, oh, he always has a trick up his sleeve, was a polite thing to say, this little motherfucker is a little motherfucker. I realized something, that I really do not like the kind of English translation, like the way this is being translated in English for you to understand it. What I really like is the literal translation of this saying, because the literal translation of this is, he knows one more than the devil. I truly love this saying, and I truly love the concept of this saying. It's basically the idea that the devil is the most smart and cunning and astute entity, is a supernatural entity that can lie better than anybody else, that can trick the entire world to do something. But you Sebastiano, you know one more than him. You know one more than the devil. And keep in mind, my grandma was incredibly Catholic. So the fact that she could look to me and be like, that little motherfucker, he's so terrible that he knows more than the devil. If my grandma, which most likely she believes in the devil, which means that she's afraid of the devil, it made me think that maybe she was afraid of me. Or maybe she had this feeling that she could feel safe around me, because if the devil would ever decide to attack, she could be like, go. You know one more than him. You can win this battle. She would just push me forward and like, go, you fight him. Which is a big responsibility. Like, it's honestly a big responsibility. So I just love this idea that she believed in this, like, supernatural entity that can do the most amazing thing. By the way, don't you appreciate it that all this quality that I described the devil are quality that you want on a person? Like, don't you appreciate it that basically in Italy it's a compliment to tell you that you know more than the devil, which is supposed to be the most evil entity in the world? Like, don't you appreciate it that like all this quality of like being smart, knowing a lot of things, being able to like con everybody and get out of any situation, being able to like even trick people to get what you want? Like, these are things that usually are considered like things, that, skills that you should have. And yet we associated all these skills with the devil.
Exactly.
That's probably the topic for another video. What I really love is the fact that since I was a kid, I was given this kind of badge, this badge of honor of like being incredibly, and keep in mind, this is important to say, knowing one more than the devil doesn't mean that you're smarter than everybody else. It just, it actually means that you're more of a fucker than anybody else. It's not necessarily being intelligent. Like, we're not talking IQ intelligence. We're talking street intelligence. You know, we're talking street brain here. We're talking like, oh, being able to quickly get out of a situation, no matter what the situation is. So like, don't get me wrong. I'm not bragging about being smart and everything. I'm just bragging about the fact that since I was a kid, I was always, you know, given this kind of persona of the smart kid who can get out of situations. Now, I'm not saying that I can get out of any situations, but, you know, I consider myself pretty good. Anyway, this thing recently just popped back into my head. Maybe because I started this whole magic isn't real. Maybe because I started looking into the supernatural, and it made me think how, isn't it amazing that like, if you believe in this, if you believe in the devil and you also believe in this concept. So let's backtrack for a second. Let's talk about this. Like, what I'm saying is, if you believe in the devil, but you also believe in the concept that there could be a human being who can know more than the devil, isn't it fantastic? Isn't it basically wink, 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 saying that you don't need supernatural stuff? You don't need supernatural abilities. You don't need to like, you know, pray to someone else to save you. You can be the person without any superpowers, without anything, just with your wits, with your brain. You could be the guy who defeats the devil. That's it. Isn't that fantastic? I loved it so much that I decided to kind of go and search, where is this saying coming from? Why did Italian people start saying this? And there isn't much. Like, most of it is speculation, and there's a few stories and a few scenarios that I found, and one of them is honestly so bizarre that I wish I wrote it for a stand-up comedy. I wish I could make up this, but like, and I want to tell it to you because I found it to be so incredibly weird. Apparently, originally, back in the day, this specific saying, like saying that, oh, you know more than the devil, used to be a specific saying that men would say to women. So it used to be specifically just for women. So they would say like, oh, my wife, she knows more than the devil. Oh, that woman, she knows more than the devil. Now, I think that that's because back in the day, Italians were misogynist. Did I say back in the day? I meant, I think it's because Italians are such. I'm gonna get into so much trouble, but I think it's because back in the day, Italians used to be very patriarchal and very misogynist. But I also found this story that apparently is attached to the saying. So this is the story from where this saying came about. And I swear I did not make this up. Unfortunately, the only sources I found are in Italian. But if you don't believe me, I will send you the link and I'm sure you can translate it. But like, I have no reason to lie to you right now. Here's how the story goes. So apparently, once, I don't know, biblical time. So, you know, 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago or whatever, there was a woman and this woman was just walking on the street and suddenly the devil appeared in front of her, you know, like, ah, and she's like, ah, the devil, oh my God. And, you know, the devil wanted this woman's soul. He was like, I'm gonna take your soul. I don't know why the devil didn't just take this woman's soul, because I mean, I feel like the devil could just do that, but apparently not. Apparently she has to consent to the giving of the soul, which is very, I mean, it's very progressive for the devil to ask for consent, honestly. I would figure that all evil entity would just, you know, pop up and take the soul, but apparently not. So the devil appeared in front of this woman and went like, I want your soul. And she said, okay, let's make a deal. Let's play a game. And the devil was like, okay, sure. What do you want to do? And she says, we're going to play a game. I'm going to give you an object. And if you cannot balance that object on your index finger like this, not only I'm not gonna give you my soul, but you have to give me beauty and make me young and look pretty, which is the same thing as beauty. Give me a rich husband, like all the things that women wanted back then. Did I say back then? All the things that women want. Anyway, the devil, being like the cunning creature that he is, being the mastermind of trickery that he is, he saw this as a fantastic opportunity to be like, are you kidding? I'm the devil. I literally invented juggling. I made that up on the spot. I can balance whatever you're gonna give me on my index finger without any issues whatsoever. It's not that she had like a purse full of like, I don't know, lip gloss or a cell phone or a vape, things that women have in their purse nowadays. Back in the day, she had nothing. She literally had nothing. So what did she do? I swear to you, I'm not making this up. You can go look up the story, which is probably not a true story anyway. So someone made it up. I'm just afraid. I'm just mad that I'm not the one who made up the story. So apparently, she took out, don't flag me, YouTube. She took out a pube. Just one hair, one pubic hair, and she gave it to the devil to balance on his index finger. And he tried and tried and tried, and he couldn't do it. And that's where we got the saying, she knows more than the devil, or you know more than the devil, or you know one more than the devil. Apparently, that's the story of the saying. Now, personally, I think this story is bullshit. I should be able to balance a pubic hair on my index finger. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go try. As soon as I'm done recording this video, I'm gonna go try. And I challenge all of you to go try. Yeah, this is the pubic hair balancing challenge. Yeah, it's gonna trend on TikTok pretty soon. Just, I cannot wait to see all your videos. What's the moral of the story? Like, why wasting 15 minutes of your life talking about this and like turning the lights on and rolling the camera and doing this all facade? Like, why? To me, it honestly comes down to one thing: how amazing the human brain is. Like the scenario that we can come up with, the story that we can tell, the ideas that we have. Like, I mean, think about this, whether you believe in a devil or you don't. Like, I personally don't, even from my perspective. So I don't believe in a devil, right? But I find it fascinating that because I don't believe in a devil, from my perspective, is this idea that the human mind can come up with a supernatural entity that can do so many things, and it's the most evil thing, and that can control your reality. But at the same time, the human mind also can tell you, you know what? Even if that exists, you can beat it. All you need is a pubic hair. The point of this is that I really want you to appreciate what our brains are capable of doing. And it starts with this simple stuff. It starts with simple stuff, and it can grow and grow to like many like amazing stories. Isn't it what this is all about? Isn't what this format is all about? We're telling stories. We're telling stories to each other. We're sharing stories with each other. We're telling stories that make us sad, that make us laugh, that inspire us. They're stories that make us mad. And isn't that flipping amazing? Appreciate what you have. Appreciate the compliment if they're coming. Like, really, really, truly appreciate it. And like, they can come for anything. It doesn't matter if you believe in a devil or if you don't believe in a devil. You can all appreciate the sharing of this type of stories and the meaning that they have behind it. So I guess let's do this. Since this is the end of the video, and I always appreciate you being here, and I'm gonna ask you to subscribe and share, click the like button and all the stuff. And to prove it to me that you watched this video until the end, I want you to tell me, and usually I ask you to type a word, but today I have a question, and the question is, if the devil was real and he would ask you to like sign a contract to get whatever it is that you want, would you sign it? You just have to say yes or no. Yes, I'll sign it. No, I won't sign it. And that's it. That's all I want to know. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a blast. This content is bizarre, I know it, but I'm having a lot of fun. Peace out.